Hello everyone, my name is Ajmerdin and welcome to my channel Analyze with Ajmerdin. CAG of India for year 2018-19 tabled the report on the accounts of Union Government in the Parliament this Wednesday, and it highlights some of the major compliance issues which we are going to talk about in this video regarding to the transfer credit of the GST compensation loss to the states. And of course there has been many news that states has been claiming about their short amount related to their accounts, but the CAG report highlights this as a key issue in their audit report. If we go to the highlights and in chapter in issues related to accounting of cess and levies, so in the highlights also they have mentioned this line that during the year that is 2018-19 GST compensation cess of rupees 40,806 crore was short credited to related reserve fund. This line has been mentioned here. If you go to this is the official audit report, and if you go to the page number 29 of this report, then you will find the detailed overview of the same. And as I said that this could have been an issue, and it says paragraph number 2.5.1 GST compensation cess. So let us start with what exactly the act says. The GST Compensation Cess Act 2017 provides for levy of cess for the purpose of providing compensation to the states for the loss of revenue arising due to the implementation of GST. So it clearly states that the cess will be levied for the purpose of providing compensation to the states and for a specified period which is mentioned in the act. So this has been the quotation of the act. Now the report reads that as per act and the accounting procedure, the entire cess collected during the year is required to credit it to the non-lapsable fund that is called as GST Compensation Cess Fund. So it has been clear that both law have been quoted that whatever the amount of cess has been collected should be credited to the GST Compensation Cess Fund, which shall form a part of public accounts and shall be used for the purpose mentioned, that is for providing compensation to the states for the loss of revenue. So it is very clear that the amount of fund should be used for the compensation to the states for the loss of revenue due to the implementation of GST. That's it. Now the issue arises here. The issue has been stated in the report that audit examination of information in statement 8, 9 and 13 with regards to the collection of the cess and the transfer to the GST compensation cess fund shows that there was short crediting of the fund of the GST compensation cess collected, which totals to 47,272 crore during 17-18 plus 2018-19, and detail is as follows. So the issue highlighted here is short crediting of the fund, or we can say short transfer of the fund. In 2017-18 the total collection was 62,612 crore rupees and the fund transfer was 56,146 crore. So there is a shortage of transfer amounting to rupees 6,466. But in next financial year, in 2018-19, the collection was 95,081 crores, but transfer was lower than the previous transfer, which is 54,275, and short transfer of rupees 40,806 crore, and it totals to these two 6,000 and 40,000, these two totals to 47,272 crores. The short crediting was violation of GST Compensation Cess Act 2017. The amount by which the cess was short credited was also retained in the CFI and became available for the use of purpose other than it was provided in the act. So what they are claiming, what CAG is claiming, what CAG is reporting here is also not only there is a shortage of transfer, but also because the fund is remained kept in CFI, therefore it becomes available for the purpose other than provided in the act. So ministry accepted the audit observation. Okay, this is very a critical point, that ministry has accepted this accepted the audit observation and stated February 2020 that the proceeding of cess collected and not transferred to public account would be transferred in subsequent year. So they have accepted and they said that we will take the remedy action. And short crediting of cess collected during the year led to overstatement of revenue receipts and understatement of fiscal deficit for the year. So there is third default which is mentioned here. Because of short crediting, there was overstatement of revenues and understatement of the fiscal deficit. Further, any transfer in subsequent year will become part of an apportionment appropriation from the resources of that year and would be required parliamentary authorization. Further, as per approved accounting procedure, GST compensation cess was transferred to public account by debit to major heads 2047 other fiscal services. Instead, Ministry of Finance operated the major head 3601. So these are the name of heads where they could have been debited. So 3601 transfer of grants in the aid of states. The wrongful operation has implementation on the reporting of grants in aid, since GST compensation cess is the right of the states and not the grant in aid. So this is fourth default which has been stated in this last paragraph. We can say that the head used was also incorrect, and it also, instead of transfer of grants to the other fiscal services, instead ministry operated the head transfer of grants in the aid to the states. And this is fourth misstatement in the accounts, which we can say it is recommended that Ministry of Finance take immediate corrective action. Thank you very much.